What's up, y'all? Boogie Night here, and welcome to our second look at Dustwalker. What do you mean by second look, you might ask? Well, I'll get to that in 1 second. First things first, this is a third-person RPG. It is currently available on itch.io, just released yesterday, Friday, June 12th, as I'm recording this. Yeah, if you want to check it out for yourself, link is in the description below. This comes to us by the majestic Gilded Octopus Studios, and if you don't know who that is, I played another one of her games, Frostbite, and another game is currently in the works by her called Scary Mermaid, that is slated to be released sometime later on this year, third or fourth quarter possibly. Now, for the sake of transparency, Gilded Octopus was kind enough to give me a free copy of this. So thank you so much, GOS. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Link is in the description below as well to GOS's website, so you can see all the games that she has created so far. Definitely take a look at it. Now, as I said, this is kind of a second look at it because I did play the alpha demo, I'd say a month, maybe a month and a half ago. And once again, as I said, GOS was kind enough to send me a copy of this. It says episode 1, so this could be an episodic release, so I don't know how many episodes this will be, no pun intended, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, this does tell the story of a desert warlock by the name of Jasmine. We are using the right mouse button to pan right and left to pan left. Obviously, we use WASD to move. We can also do a little bit of we hold down the space bar, we can do a little roll. It almost kind of like we were doing a little bit. Hang on. There we go. Cute. Okay, so if this is anything, yeah, desert warlock. So we need to go ahead and hop on a horse. We can. Hang on there. Sandstorm Morse tour you. Your only hope is making it back to the village is to tame a wild horse and ride it bareback. Okay, so I do remember this. We are going to give the horse a sugar cube, except we have none. Game skill, horse tamer. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. I don't know what this means. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so we click the left, that's person, and here is the horse. Yeah, horse. Sorry. That's it's a bit of an inside joke with, hang on, there we go. With, the Snark Squad versus the Kill Knight. We do have to go to a village, so still use the left and right master buttons to control. Hang on, okay, so Jasmine is still present. That is good. Currently riding bareback. Yeah, so GOS, she has, like I said, this and a couple of other titles under her belt. There's the sandstorm kind of coming around. Okay, so we kind of see that surrounding the horse. I do want to do a quick look, just to kind of get a look at all the surroundings, because once again, I do want to kind of see everything as to off. We can't move in the same direction, or we can't do diagonally. It's just left to right. We just kind of one at a time, so anything like that. That's okay, though. Yeah. Kind of a cute little treat. Let's go and switch back to our horse. Once again, I'm not laughing at the design. I'm laughing because for anybody that's watched Versus the Kill Knight, just the word horse has become kind of an inside joke to Ray, Meowjid, Minion, and me. Horse. Yeah. Yeah, so we got our radar over to the right. Actually, hang on. So we do have our horse on the radar. Let's switch back to Jasmine. Okay, we can do a switch back and forth. Easy, old Sparky. I think this is our village over here. Over here's kind of, yep, 12 o'clock position right here. Yeah, graphics have definitely improved a little bit. I'm happy about that. I mean, the graphics were cute when I played the alpha demo, but there's just been some minor tweaks to detail. Obviously, if you can tell, it is shot on Unity. That's cool. Once again, I've said this many times. I'm going to say it again, just for the sake of my own voice. Unity is not a bad engine. I feel like it just gets a hard bluff because people buy a lot of pre-purchased and available assets, which is fine for beginners, but you see, if you play a lot of indie games, you see regurgitated assets. So it's nice to see somebody use Unity in a creative aspect and come up with their own assets. Not that there's anything, once again, there's nothing wrong with pre-purchased assets as you're finding your craft, but after a while it gets to be old. But let's get back to talking about this game. The village has come along by leaps and bounds since the alpha demo. There's a lot more detail. It was pretty sparsely populated. But now we got, looks like a windmill, and GOS, which is a one-woman shop, as you will see on the website. She's also said a lot of these side quests will involve picking up stuff, hunting and gathering. I think that's great. I'll click on the menu in 1 second when we get to the village. I don't think the sandstorm is going to be much of a problem for us. It's just kind of, hello? Kind of just scattered about, but the game doesn't really start until we go over here. So I wonder, and of course this goes out to GOS, a lot of talk about wizards and warlocks in your games, at least with Frostbite in this. You would happen to be, by perchance, inspired by Ursula Le Guin novels. Or Ursula Le Guin, I've heard both. I think Guin is the correct pronunciation. So we are in the village. So now I think we can kind of just do our thing here. Anyway, so let's click on the menu. So now we have a skill tree. Obviously we have Horse Tamer. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 skills to choose from. That's brilliant. We have an inventory. We never had that before in the demo. Brilliant. Here's what I'm looking for. Lore. World facts. The Dustlands are a dry desert, but once they were lush and covered in plants. The death of the ruling wizard turned them into a dry and barren land. It's a harsh land with few inhabitants. That is awesome. I'm really happy to see there is some lore surrounding this place. Anything in here? I suspect we'll be able to pick stuff up in due time. Obviously, since we have an inventory. I don't know what we're looking for. We're getting some music. That's awesome. I don't know what those fireworks are all about. There we go. Oh, hang on, we got a cat. Anything you want to tell us? No. Let's go and talk to this person of interest. Could you pick some flowers next time you're out in the desert? My house is really bland and can use some color. Jara. Or Jara. Yeah, of course. Let's just kind of get a lay of the land. Can we switch back over when we're in the village? Hey! Okay, blacksmith. As always, Jasmine's uncle was the local blacksmith. He was also her only living relative in the village. After her father's death, her mother had returned to her own people, okay? Oh, hang on. Rix. There we go. Alright there, mate. Her uncle was sharpening his sword. Okay. Oh. Hi, Uncle. The wild horses haven't been coming close to town for the last few weeks. I'm not sure how I'm going to replace the ones I was planning on selling at the horse fair next week. Or, Uncle, I was thinking that if I go to the Wizard's Tower, I could find the bands of the wild horses faster. You know, let's go ahead and just take the illogical approach, because I don't know what the overall feeling is to wizardry. Every myth and lore is different, so I like this idea about kind of choosing your own path. You'll manage to find more horses. You always do. While you're looking for them, keep an eye out for any scrap metal. Uncle Kumsai. Kumsai. Hey, buddy. We can't pet the pooch. Dreck. Okay. I'm going to just quickly test something. Okay, so we can no longer just clip through walls. That was a bug that I noticed in the demo. So if you see me doing kind of weird, quirky things, it's just kind of retesting things I picked up in the demo. It's not meant to be exploitative. It's a lovely horse. Can we tame you? Bear with me. Nope, okay. Skills. I suspect. Okay, so we really can't... Oh, sorry, mate. Switch back. Okay. Yep, okay, so let's just go and explore all the houses, and then we'll pick some flowers for Jara. I'm guessing, if we're looking down here on the mini-map, I'm guessing that's kind of where we're going to find some flowers, and that's probably what GOS has alluded to. Actually, bear with me 1 second. Settings, I just want to... Volume, okay, never mind. Bonk. Yeah, between Frostbite and this, I really enjoy seeing how GOS has come along and kind of finding her craft. And it is cool that I've kind of, you know, developed a rapport with her to see this. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, just because I love hearing the sound of my own voice. That's a lie. I love small and upcoming indie developers. I feel like it's a well that is largely untapped, mainly because of everybody just salivating over AAA titles, and it bleeds through. The talent just doesn't work like it used to, in my personal opinion. Okay, can we... I think we pretty much looked at everything there is to see in the village. So let's go 12 o'clock, switch over to our horse, and see if we can pick us some flowers for Jara. I want to know what these orbs are that are just kind of flitting about here. Hopefully that'll get explained later on in the story. So let's go ahead and just do this quest, pick some flowers. If we can find any. Hopefully we'll find some out in this badland. And then go to the Wizard's Tower and see what that's all about. Because that's where the demo ended, so I'm curious to see. Obviously, our wizard friend Jasmine has a sword, if you couldn't tell by her inventory, so hopefully we'll get a chance to use it in a little bit of combat. And all things in time. All good things to this way, Clarice. But that's probably the ocean over yonder on the horizon. But we do have, it looks like a plant dead ahead. Just cruising along. It's a lovely horse. I wonder if we can pick this item up on the horse or if we have to switch back and forth to Jasmine. I do like her design here. It's kind of creepy, kind of mysterious. Then again, if she is a wizard slash warlock, like according to... You okay, buddy? There we go. What is that? And I wonder what all these black other things are. Maybe those are just objects of interest. Maybe there are other flowers we can access. We'll find out. Maybe those are... It looks like there's just a regular orb up here. Let's go ahead and switch back. Looks like a cache of some kind. Pick up scrap metal? Yeah, of course. Gain. There we go. So now we're making waves. Brilliant. Hurrah. Actually, can we? No, there's no way we can access the quests, can we? Bugger. World facts, bestiary, enemies and allies, local customs, rumors, knowledge. Pretty much Jasmine's the only person we have here. That's cool. Okay, so let's go. Bear with me. I'm gonna just... Okay. Something over here. Well, we could go back to the village and give the scrap to Uncle Kumsai. But I figure while we're out here, we might as well just see everything there is possible to see. I am looking at the mini-map, and the compass is still kind of fully pointed north, so there really isn't too much of a sense of direction. You know what? That's cool. Let's go over in this way here, because I do see some green, and maybe we'll pick some flowers for Jara. That's also close enough to the village. Now, the reason I was thinking about the concept of magic, once again, Earthsea, and then I also think of, oh, Burrix, what is it? Divinity 2, not Divine Divinity 2, but Divinity 2 Ego Draconis. How Dragon Knights were pretty looked down upon, so I don't know what the overall effect of wizardry will be in this Badland, particularly since it used to be a lush area, courtesy of the old wizards, so I don't know. But the ambiguity of the storyline is pleasant, because I do love an ambiguous storyline. So I like Dark Souls, Shadow of the Colossus. Never played Ico. I also like just how you can kind of customize your own destiny. I think that's a brilliant way to handle things. But let's just kind of see what this is overall about. I'm going to switch back over to Jasmine, just because I want to see how she fares speed-wise compared to the horse. Getting pretty close to the village. I mean, we could fancy a look at the Wizard's Tower. Let's go drop the scrap metal off with Uncle Kumsai, and then let's see if we'll go in the farther behind yonder, or maybe go off, no, we'll go off to the to the left because we came in straight ahead from the other end, so we could probably try to see about finding the flowers behind us, and maybe we'll be closer to the wizard's tower, and then depending on what we get, we could sneak peek. Let's go and do a switchback. See if we can do anything with these plants. Nope. We can face dive straight into them. Yeah, there's a few graphical glitches, but nothing to get in a twist over. I like how there was music in the village. A bit of music wouldn't be too bad, but once again, you don't want everything to overwhelm you. Did we come from this way? I could have sworn we came... No, because there's the wizard's tower there, so no, we did come in from this direction. Yeah. There had been a celebration when the wizard died. Without him there to keep up the spells, though, the land turned to dust. They would never want him back, but it quickly became a hard place to live. Okay, so I wasn't too far off about avoiding the subject of wizardry. Let's go ahead and drop this back off with Uncle Kumsai. Hey, buddy. Give Uncle Kumsai the scrap metal? Of course. Okay. Oh, I thought I did. Hang on. Return. Hang on, let's go ahead and... thought I did. Hang on. Let's try this again. Go to menu, inventory. Okay, so that's a little bit buggy. Thought we were doing that. Okay. We'll try that again in a little bit. Okay, we're clipping through that. That's okay. And that's what testers are all about seeing what needs to be tweaked. And once again, I'm not finding fault with that. I think that's okay. Let's go take a look at the windmill. Maybe that is kind of our center area. And then back out of the desert and look at yonder dust storm. Hopefully I didn't nerf the quest line. Oh, don't get whacked. We just get yeeted off into the stratosphere courtesy of that. That would be pretty comedic when you think about it. Got some plant life here. Don't look like flowers, though. We can walk on them, though. Okay. Anything else we want to take a squint at? Nope, those are tomatoes. Back up on that. Some tomato sausages, nice crispy bacon. So let's go ahead and get on our horse again. And take a look. Yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the wizard's tower. Well, let's look around a little bit more, because once again, I don't know if we go to the wizard's tower, episode 1's going to end, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure. We have not been playing that long, and I do want to be able to showcase as much as I can from this first part. Once again, I don't know if this is going to be strictly episodic, depending on things, but well, it's cute. I like the movement. The only thing once again, I'm entirely up to, we got a campfire. It would be nice that we could actually control the camera angles just spinning the mouse instead of doing left and right, but that's okay. It's... anything around here we can pick up? Nope. Can't pick up any firewood. We got another orb over here. Once again, I feel like these could be objects of interest. Or they could just be interesting thing. Oh. Okay, so this is lore then. There had been a great many wars between the wizards. They turned lands to dust and ashes as they died. Plagues were released against their enemies. It was a dark time. The wizard in the tower survived nearly to the end of the wars. They called him Draconis for how many lands he burned. Well, that's lovely. Okay, so the orbs are lore. Oh. Now you're speaking my language. This area kind of feels grayed out. Okay. Oh, that's cool how the green is over us. Okay, now I really want to go lore hunting. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go find us some lore. Okay, so we got some more green over here, so there might be some flowers. Let's go and plunge out here to the ditch. Walk. Oh, good, we didn't die immediately like in Frostbite. Oh, that game. That was a doozy. Took me a long time to beat off camera. Then again, GOS warned us we were going to die. A lot. It just felt kind of like Lord Cat. That's probably the lore that as soon as we started about the dust. Maybe. We're heading that way anyway. So... No, we're getting closer. I won't edit that part out. We have not been playing that long. Just going to see everything there is to see. This game is cute. I'm liking it. Maybe a few more creatures randomly appearing, but I know GOS was, you know, still kind of finding her way with Unity, and that's cool. I don't mind that at all. Once again, I like seeing how developers create, find their craft, and flourish. All right, so let's go see what this lore bubble has to tell us. Everyone still feared wizards, even though it had been generations since one had been seen. There were rumors that the people of the Dustlands made sure no child with wizard signs had survived to adulthood. That's great. It had to be just rumors, though, because how would you be able to tell if a child would grow to be a wizard? Now, therein lies the quandary, because Jasmine... the die has been cast. I know. Boogie Knight's been using that phrase all the time. Look. Blame Esperware, alright? They know what they're doing. I don't know why I just turned off my monitor. I'm tired, y'all. I know. Dogs bark, ducks quack, cows moo, cats suck. Boogie Night talks about how he doesn't sleep. I get it. Yeah, I think we're getting close to our quarry. It's just down over here. Sorry about that. That was my coaster. Yeah, I guess that's some sort of sea. So, I mean, despite the Dustlands, I mean, unless, of course, that's like a barrier of magic that's confining everybody to the Dustlands, which would be very interesting, very much like the old Gothic series, the Piranha Bytes series. Now that I think about it, I do see some similarities in the design with the original Gothic, which is great because I loved Gothic 1 and Gothic 2, and Gothic 3 certainly was a game that existed. Then you get the original ones, and then of course you also have Risen, another Piranha Bytes game, which was kind of like revamping the Empire, as it were. It was also great. Couldn't get into Risen 2, Risen 3, whatever. Anyways, back to this. Yeah. Similarities. So GOS, if you are watching this, let me know some of your inspirations. And now that I think about it, I would probably want to see if I can get her on the Who's Your Creator, What Do They Do podcast to kind of talk about her inspirations, her design. But of course, that's entirely up to GOS if she feels interested. Yep, I think, what do we got? Pig flowers? Of course. Oop. Yep, okay. I am picking the flowers. Yeah, okay, so this inventory I think is a little bit jank. Yeah, we are. Yeah, okay. Where are the flowers? Did I nerf it? I think. Yep, I nerfed the flowers again. Maybe. Go and click everything here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so it's not letting us pick the flowers. So that is something. Okay, so let's go ahead and overlook that. Sorry, Jera. You can always come back later. That's a drag. Yeah, because this is what we're looking for. Okay, that's fine. So so what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and ride my noble steed upwards of the tower, and I will just see y'all when I get there, or unless we find any other lore bubbles along the way. I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright, so we're approaching another lore bubble. I want to go check that out. It looks like around here, this little oasis. And I do want to test to see if we can do it on the back of our horse. If not, then we'll just switch back to Jasmine. So we are getting closer. I think it's right here on the horizon. And this also kind of helps me see how far the map goes. I do like the idea of the lore bubbles. That is pretty brilliant. Here we go. Creeping up into position. Let's switch back to Fair Jasmine. Quite the mobile person. Is that it? I feel like we're getting closer, but it keeps getting further away. It's like a song by Professional Murder Music. Slip through the floor seems no different today. I feel like this... Never mind. No one's going to get that reference. If you do, I'll DM y'all a surprise. Limit 1. Yeah, there it is. Coming right up ahead. And I am just noticing the sky. That is very pretty when you think about it. Plus with the shoreline, kind of maybe the Dead Sea or maybe the Salton Sea. I do love the design of the sky. I do think it's beautiful at the horizon. That's very well done, GOS. Thank you. Gorgeous. I kind of wish we could see Jasmine's face other than just like looking at the back of her. There you go. Move. You shouldn't go too far from the village today. Well, I'm trying to get to the frickin' orb. I'm a naughty child. Apparently we can't do that. Alright. We have hit our barrier for the day. I wonder why. So let's go inspect the Wizard's Tower. So when we get closer, I will let y'all know. So see you guys on the other side. Okay, y'all, so now as we are getting closer to the top of this mount, I notice there's another lore bubble here, and we are getting close to the Wizard's Tower. If you couldn't tell, to the left of the mini menu, we see another green dot, which means we're coming close to our quarry. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and see what this lore bubble has to say. Jasmine had forgotten just how many graves there were along the road to the tower. She had not been up here since she had dared to touch the tower as a child. Something felt different this time, though. The tower had an almost living presence as if it were waiting for her. Ooh. Ho-ho. Like I said, the die has been cast. Anything else we can pick up over here? No. Okay. So, I'm going to grab our horse. And let's ride into them thar hills. The inner redneck pops out. Great. What's that clicking noise? Is that the horse? Hang on. Bear with me 1 second. I mean, it might just be the sound effects in the game. Sorry, I was just looking to see if my computer was doing any of its ritual tomfoolery. Back on the horse, and away we go. Oh, calm down. Is that the same lore bubble we ran into, or is this a different lore bubble? This might be a new lore bubble. Bear with. No, this is the same, I think. Possibly? No. This is a different one. One that doesn't show up. Okay, then. Jasmine couldn't say why she decided to visit the tower today, but she felt like she couldn't turn back even as the hairs raised on the back of her neck. You never know when destiny calls. Okay, so I think let's just go and stay on foot for the time being. Once again, if we could shift up and down, that would be great, but just little things. It's cool. Hang on. Where's the lore? Give me that lore. Hang on. Okay, I thought we had one. Okay, no worries. Let's move on. The tower. More sound effects here. There it was, the tower. She should probably have turned around, but something made her continue on. She knew she would have to go into it. Let's just go a little bit over this way right quick. I kind of want to see... That must have been the flowers. Or no, okay, that was probably returning the scrap metal to Uncle Kumai. Kumsai, sorry. Kumai? Said Boomiai. It's a song by KMFDM. Alright, let's go into the tower and embrace our destiny. A lot more lore bubbles here. Something drew her towards the workbench set up so invitingly. Okay. Pick up the wand. Whoa, the wand stings and she drops it back on the table. Lights flare around her and something awakens within. No, it can't be. She's heard all the stories, but there's no way she could have magic. It just isn't possible. No one in the Dustlands has had magic since the Wizard Wars. Oh, come on. Again? I wasn't done yet. Okay, let me just go ahead then and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so, all in all, my thoughts on Dustwalker Episode 1. This game is very cute. There's a lot of potential on this. I'll probably play it again off camera just to see if I can do some of these side quests, complete them, like grab the flowers, give the scrap to Uncle Kumsai. Yeah, overall, there's a few small things that GOS could probably tweak again, but other than that, I like the idea of magic in a kind of forbidden area. I think the adding these extra skill trees and inventory and lore, of course, is great. I think that fleshes things out amazingly. So I am curious to see what Episode 2 is going to be like. So once again, a big, big thank you to Gilded Octopus Studios for letting me take a squint at this lovely game. I'm looking forward to Episode 2, and let me know your thoughts as well, whether you liked it, whether you think there's things that need to be polished, some overall mechanics. Definitely let me know. I read every comment, I try to reply to every comment, and I will definitely be seeing what other things GOS develops, including more parts to Dustwalker, since this is only the tip of the iceberg. It's going to be good. So otherwise, with that being said, since this was given to me by the developers, I'm not going to say anything about anybody else. So before I call it a night, if you like the Boogie Night project and you want to find out more, I do have a Twitter page as well as a public Discord channel, and links to both of those are in the description below, as well as a link to my temporarily defunct Twitch page. And if you are interested, of course, all the love and support I've gotten for the project has been fantastic, such as likes, dislikes, comments, subscriptions, sharing. My gratitude knows no bounds, but in the off chance you are morbidly curious about doing more, I do have a Patreon account where for as little as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive content, such as the patron-only section of my Discord, as well as patron-only uploads that are going up every Saturday of every week. So other than that, I hope y'all have a fantastic night, and I will catch y'all on the flip side, alright? Peace. Hey y'all, while my gratitude knows no bounds for every single bit of love and support y'all have shown for me over the years, there are a few people that I legitimately want to take a few minutes to thank for their unending help and support. First of all, obviously Christoph Frey, not just for being a sponsor of the Boogie Night Project, but also for letting me use his music from GABA Transistor in my streams, as well as him kind of coming up with his own little fragment for my new introduction to the Boogie Night Project. And speaking of introductions, the intro as well as my YouTube banner page were done by the amazing Oren. You might know him as Oren VDK, as well as Oren from Couple Cakes. Thank you so much, Oren. I really do appreciate the time you took to put together everything from the banner to the beautifully done introduction that merged perfectly with Christoph's music from GABA Transistor. So big thank you to them. And also, this would not be possible with the help of my extremely amazing patrons, both current and former, such as Lexi Kitty, Silverleaf, Barry Grave, Harkov, Jiray, Larian, and Oren, as well as a few others that have come and gone over the years. Y'all, this would not be possible without your help and your support. I know I have not been able to provide much in the way of giving back in Patreon rewards, but I am in the process of revamping my Patreon as well as the rewards that I can do, so be prepared. I know I joke about it, saying that if you're morbidly fascinating, check it out, but if you do want to give to the Boogie Night Project, that is the easiest way to do so, and I am legitimately setting aside funds to buy more hardware for my computer, as well as making things look more professional. But once again, very big thank y'all to everybody who has supported me from the beginning all the way to the present, as well as those individuals that have gone out of their way to help. So once again, guys, thank you so much for all your constant love and support. My gratitude knows no bounds, and I'll catch you on the flip side, all right? Peace.